Thank you, Mr Speaker. I'm pleased to take the last call on Student Loan Scheme Amendment Bill number 2. And for probably the last 3.5 years as a Member of Parliament in Dunedin North, not for Dunedin North, the one prevailing theme and feedback from the students has been this. In respect of student allowances, they are available to the very poor and the very rich, and that's not fair. And I'm very pleased that this is the third bill in a tranche of 3 pieces of legislation that is going to undo some of the distortions that are in our taxation system. We were prided in the 90s as one of the least distortionary tax systems in the world, and thanks to things like the unintended consequences of loss attributing qualifying companies, trusts and a punitive top tax rate, we became very distorted, such that income planning strategies that had the impact of reducing the primary earners' tax obligations also had the impact of qualifying them for working for families and student allowances. And I find it difficult to accept from members like Grant Robertson and Dr David Clark, who is in fact, I believe, Labour's revenue spokesman, to say that this is just tinkering with the loan scheme and sensible small steps, and then talk about fairness, because this is about restoring fairness to the student loan scheme in the same way that the changes we have made to the student allowances through the number 1 bill when passed will do also, so that those who are most in need of a student allowance get it, those who are most able to repay student loans get it. There's no point creating a system of reducing obligations, increasing obligations and reducing the access to student allowances for the very well off. If one then gives them a student loan that they don't need to repay because they're sheltering income in other ways. And Grant Robertson talks about a cost to be cut. Well, we on this side certainly see student investment in tertiary education as that. But in terms of costs, we would certainly make no apology for seeing costs for phantom students cut and spurious courses at polytechs, or costs on students who consistently fail their papers, or the costs of graduates who fail to meet their repayment obligations because they go overseas and don't keep in contact with the IRD. And the fact that we have reduced the non-repayment rate from 48% to 39% is a very good example of that. Or costs involved in the managing of the 5,000 separate qualifications that we found when we were coming to office. So I think those are very important costs. This is a good bill, a very good bill, and I support it.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it.
Student Loan Scheme Amendment Bill number 2, first reading.
A point of order, Jan Logie.
Vote. The Greens oppose and call for a party vote.
Well, I think you just... We'll do it. Righto. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.
29 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
34 votes in favour.
Green Party.
13 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
8 votes in favour.
Maori Party.
2 votes in favour.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 vote in favour.
United Future.
1 vote in favour.
Ayes are 105, noes are 14. The motion is agreed to.
Student Loan Scheme Amendment Bill number 2, first reading.
The question is that the Student Loan Scheme Amendment Bill number 2 be considered by the Finance and Expenditure Committee. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. Honourable Peter Dunn.
Mr Speaker, I move that the Student Loan Scheme Amendment Bill number 2 be reported to the House by 11 February 2013.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. The time has come for the House to rise, so the House will stand adjourned until 2 p.m. on Tuesday, the 25th of November 2012. Have a good weekend, everybody.